Okay, start talking.
This is the power. No, okay. This is the motherboard, alright? Okay, and that's the main heart of the... It's called a motherboard because you connect other bits and pieces to it, alright?
Kind of like a mothership.
Yeah, if you would. Cause it's also known as a MOBO as well, so if you ever see that written down, okay? So, it's your power pack, which comes with all these cables that connects to the main power on the motherboard, okay, into a nodule over here, which I think powers the fan, by the looks of it, right? And then these other cables here, okay, can power up slots. You could put, say, a second hard drive in if you wanted to, or a DVD or a Blu-ray player or something like that, right? And then you'd, and then you plug that in, and of course you'd also have, like, these cables here, which are all changed. These are known as SATA cables, and this is what is known as a ribbon cable, and that is going into there. Okay, that's the CD DVD player, and that's going into and it says here main CPU board or the motherboard or the main board, and that goes in there. So that motherboard is now not only powering that, but it's telling it how to work.
Okay.
Through various chips on it. That's a CMOS chip right there. Right, and now that's the only brain that powers the motherboard. Under here, I'm not going to take it all off, but you've got your processor, which is an AMD dual core, and this point here. That there is a big cooling device because these things get hot. I built a computer years ago, and we turned it on to make sure that the chip registered. I stuck my finger on it and burned my finger. Seriously, all right. And then that's get that out of my face and then that's the cooling fan. One of the most important things you can do once everything's together is to make sure that you've got airflow. Seriously, airflow, because these things get so hot. So you've got air coming in here from this 2.5 square inch fan.
So there's two fans.
Yeah, that's circulating air. But years ago, when all computers had this ribbon cable, okay, I'd roll them up and put cable ties on them just so I could make them thin. But look, nowadays the SATA cable, I mean, look at it. It's a tiny little red strip. So
you should call it Satan cable.
See, but the reason that this has still got that is because it's an older CD drive. It's one that I just threw in there because I just needed to do it. Because none of this is HP. Not one bit of it except for this case, and not even the power, because I changed up the power. I think I might have left that fan alone, and that was about it. Okay, so we're going to put in the video card.
Okay, pass me the box. I'm going to go get it out of the box.
That thing's getting on me wick.
Like some music for when you're opening it, like the Jurassic Park music.
Alright, now this is, I've not even read the specs on it. It's 256 megabyte video card. Okay, now computer things, they come in two. You normally get two items in the box, apart from this stupid booklet that I never read. Yeah. You've got
the installation disc.
Yeah, the drivers. Okay.
You might want to keep that safe.
Yeah, without this, all right, this thing isn't gonna work.
I don't know how we're gonna put this in. It looks like we put it in the back. Okay, I think you have to take the video card and slide it through here. Like you get the video card and you slide it through the slot right here.
Okay, we've got to find the slot for it. Okay, this used to have a PCI Express card. Okay, and that's a PCI Express card, and that's why this slot's open here. But I think that's only PCI from what I understand. So it's going to go in one of these three. Okay. Now we're not really going to put anything else in here, so I'm going to shove it right in the middle one, just depending upon where the fan is.
Cool. That's the right screwdriver.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, it doesn't have a cooling fan on it, but what it does have.
Yeah, I know that you put it through the slot right here. Cool. Put it through this slot.
That's where the video's going to go. That's where that's going to hook up to. But if you had like a bigger monitor, you could put a DVI thing in there. 'Cause you can go from DVI to HDMI cables for like watching stuff on the telly. So the reason that we know that this card is a PCI as opposed to a PCI Express is the little slot right there. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not going to fit anywhere else. But here, it won't go in that one. You see what I mean? So it won't go in the PCI Express one. So we're going to put that in the middle.
And no
Match
go on
this
slots.
up.
Then you plug the monitor in there or something.
I don't think this one's going to fit the top he's giving me. Nope, it certainly isn't. He's not giving me the right card. He's giving me an AGP card. And this is no good. This is no good at all. I've got another one, actually. The motherboard only has PCI slots. I don't know why I was stupid. I've never been stupid in my entire life, and I really didn't mess up with the fact that my computers have never had an AGP slot. Ever. Because AGP used to be better than PCI back in the day, but then they came out with PCI Express, and unfortunately AGP slots have gone out the window since then. So unless you've got a specific computer with a AGP slot, which I don't think they should make them anymore.
You love that iPhone, don't you?
You love that iPhone, don't you?
It's pretty much got the same stuff on it, they all do. Mm-hmm. So it's got your DVI, your video.
HDMI?
No, it's that's DVI to an HDMI if you wanted it. So I need to find drivers for this.
So, there's a top that goes to this. Somewhere right here. Oh, it's right here. Is that the one that she could play Crisis on?
No, but seriously awesome card. It's 512. That's only 256. Crisis won't play on that. And once you've got the slot over, snap it into place. Well, it's the only spot for it, unfortunately, because somebody was panicking about not being able to get into work and crush the fan. That would be the person behind the camera who we're not seeing at this point in time, who's there by anonymity only. Yes, that would be you.
Hey, honey, you're gonna want the iPad 2, aren't you?
Yeah, it's too noisy. Listen to it.
Yeah, it's fine. Now I know how to install a video card.
I always slot these back. So
Here's the other one.
Keeps dirt out.
Game machine. Only play certain games. Not in stores. We should try making our own case. Slide it back in. Do we need an installation disc for it?
Yeah, I've got it somewhere. Let's go downstairs, Ro, and see if it's in one of them.
We are going into the fourth dimension.
So there's one side that doesn't really have anything, you know, it's just a solid, right? But this other side case here, that's got holes in it. So you want to give it as much airflow when you're positioning it back. Right, now that's the noise you're going to hear from this card, but it's twice as quick as the other one. So if you got headphones on, I guess it won't matter, won't it?
Yeah. Idris, you want to test it out on Left 4 Dead 2 or something? Let's try it out on Half-Life, the game that started stuttering.
Oh, it should. Yes, it'll run Half-Life. Absolutely, I'm pretty. Well, it looks as though your graphics card's in place, mate. I mean, the graphics are looking pretty good, aren't they? There's a thing here, right, that you type into run.
Okay.
All right, it's called DXDiag.
DXDiag.
All right, it's DirectX Diagnosis is what it stands for.
And
this is going to tell us all about your system. I can't bloody read it from there.
Should I get the first Half-Life 2?
So you got your system. You got your system. Okay, which tells you like that's the system computer name, and I can't change that, so you've got to live with my one. That's a Pavilion, and if that thing was out of the way, I could actually read the rest. Because it's got an AMD 64 dual core 442 processor. Okay, you got just over 3 gig of RAM. Now there is a slot for a 4th gig of RAM, and I could put that stick in, but here's the thing. It's a 32-bit operating system, so it will never see that 4th gig. So rather than have the computer, when it fires up, use that resource slot that it's never going to see, I took it out, so you're running on 3 gig of RAM. And if anyone ever says, oh, I got 4 gig of RAM in my 32-bit machine, they haven't. They got 4 sticks, but they've only got 3 gig. Alright, so the DirectX files, blah, blah, blah. The display, that's the thing I'm looking for. And it's seen it. the NVIDIA GeForce 7300 GS, so it knows that the card's there. And that is about it. That's making a lot less noise than it was when somebody behind the camera crushed it whilst taking it out because they lost their bottle because they couldn't work from home. So instead of taking the cards out very gently like you should treat video cards or any other piece of computer hardware with loving care. This is why she's safe with a crappy iMac, because it's all in one big box, and even a gorilla could use that properly. So there you go.
Completely random facts. Pineapples are grown in tropicals. Mango is a tropical fruit. Markers write stuff. Pencils erase. Paper is cut from trees.
And what do you call this?
Completely random facts.
Okay, we got Mary Ragsdale's computer in, right, and it was running slow. I was able to find an old stick of RAM in there that doubled it. So it's worth keeping some of this junk. So my wife better hadn't told me to throw any of it out. Random facts brought to you by Buffalo Bills Koozies. Yeah. The Office programs, operating systems like Windows XP, Windows 98. You know, I'm actually going to put Windows 98 on a machine. No, I don't have that because it was crap. Windows 98, I've got Vista in there, and I've got Windows 7 in there. I've also got all the boot up discs. That's for my laptop. Alright, so if my laptop ever dies, then I can put these in and it brings it back to life again. I've got them for that machine that you're using. I've got it for the black one in there that I'm going to put, you know, uses as the media sensor machine, and all the Apple stuff's in there, which you can smell it, so you know exactly where it is. You don't have to go and put your hands on it.
Yeah, it smells like a rotten apple.
It does smell like rotten to the core. That was an Apple joke for anyone who was taking a note. And also, this has also got all the video drivers for any hardware. So I've got like a sound card in a machine. I've got the software drivers for that. Hey, look at that. You couldn't even do that before. It was all stuttery, wasn't it, before the old card?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Would you get that thing up?
When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of a storm, there's a golden sky.